Good morning 10th class. I hope you all are safe at your home, right? Okay, we will proceed our chapter, and this is our last law of Mendel, the law of independent assortment. Law of independent assortment, right? Okay, what is this meaning and how it will be explained? In the previous lecture, we had discussed about the monohybrid cross only, in which we had take a single trait, and the crossing of this single trait we will get the phenotype and genotypic ratio. The phenotypic ratio will be 3:1 and the genotypic ratio will be 1 to 1 simply, right? Today we will discuss about the dihybrid cross, because this law of independent assortment by the Mendel was explained by the dihybrid cross. So for the dihybrid, as the name indicate, we will take two traits simply, two different characters for the explaining this. We know that we have two parents for the crossing, parent P1 and parent P2. In case of one parent, we will take pure dominant character, and in case of recessive parent or the second parent, we will take the pure recessive character. You know that difference about the dominant and recessive trait simply. In case of dominant, today we will take the color of the seed and the shape of the seed. The round shape and the yellow color of the seed is dominant character, and the wrinkled shape and green colors of the seed is a recessive character. For the dominant character, we will take this is the phenotype, we will take the genotype, the capital letter, capital R and capital Y, but for recessive we will always take the small alphabetic letter, so we will take the small r and the small y simply. This is the genotype and this is the phenotype of the dominant and the recessive parent. After the taking the characters, we will apply the law of segregation. According to the law of segregation, there is always possibilities of formation of gametes, and during the formation of gametes, always the paired gene is converted into allele. So what will be the gamete in that condition? There is the possibility of this, and in that condition there is the possibility of these gametes. If we will apply it for the F1 generation simply, then in case of an F1 generation, due to the in F1 generation there is always the application of law of dominance. What is the meaning of law of dominance? Because in case of F1 generation there is always a hybrid is formed, hybrid like this. For example, this is the example, capital R, small r, capital Y, small y. This is the hybrid, because half traits we will get from the dominant parent and half trait we will get from the recessive parent. So hybrid is formed. This again and again. There are four hybrids, similar hybrid are formed from the F1 generation, similar which we will do during the monohybrid cross. Same four hybrids are produced in the dihybrid cross. So this is the hybrid. But due to law of dominance, if one single dominant allele is present in your hybrid, then what will be the phenotype in that condition? R is responsible for the round shape and Y is responsible for the yellow color. According to the law of dominance, the recessive trait always expressed when they are in paired form. But here they are in single form. It means they are present in allelic form. They are not present in genetic form. So they cannot express their character in the F1 generation. For the dihybrid cross, our next step will be the crossing of the F1 traits or F1 hybrid. When we will take the crossing, parent P1 will be this, and again the parent P2 will be this. In that condition, during the F2 formation, during the second generation, we will take the same hybrid. Similarly, this is the round and yellow. Similarly, round and yellow, right? Round will be the dominant shape, yellow will be the dominant color, right? Next step, this is the genotype, this is the phenotype. Next step will be the formation of gametes. Now we will form the gamete from these like genotype. For example, I will give you example R, Y, Y. Okay, we will make a gamete for this. How we will make a gamete? Capital R always make a pair with the capital Y, small r, and small y. These are the 4 gametes which we will get from this parent. Similarly, the same gamete we will get from this parent also. So, total we have 8 gametes, 4 from each parent. These are produced from this parent and same these produced from this parent also. So, for making the cross easy, we will make a box is called Punnett square, in which we will put, wait, this is our Punnett square, right? 2, 3. We have 4 gametes from one parent and 4 gametes from another parent. You can say that 4 from male and 4 from female. So, in that boxes, this is the horizontal box and this is the vertical row. In both the horizontal and vertical row, we will put male and female gametes simply. For example, P1 gamete I will write here. Capital R, small y, small r, capital Y, small r, small y. Similar 4 gametes produced from this parent I will write here. R, Y and R, Y. Right? The next step for the F2 generation, for the formation of F2 progeny, we will just cross the one parent gamete to the another parent gamete similarly. Right? I will cross this gamete from all these. This is the possibility. You can make this crossing your own also. This is the possibility from this gamete. I will just cross this gamete from all these gamete of parent P1. Similarly, again I will cross this gamete from all these gamete of another parent R, Y, capital R, Y, capital R, small y. Again this gamete is crossed with the gamete of another parent, capital Y, okay, done. This is our last gamete of first parent and again with the another parent. The condition will be here in front of you. Okay, R, Y and small r, small y, small y. Now next step, these are the genotypes simply. Now we will find out the phenotype of these genotypes according to the law of dominance. Here the law of dominance will be applied. First, capital R, capital Y, they are in pair. According to the law of dominance, they will be round and yellow, round color and round shape and yellow color of the seed. Again, round, yellow, round, yellow, round and yellow. This is also round yellow, round, but there are small y which are in pair. And according to the law of dominance, if the recessive allele is present in the gene form or in a pair form, it will express. Then small y is responsible for the green color. It means these this seed is round shape but green in color. Shape will be round and color will be green in that condition. Round, then again yellow because single capital Y is present. Round because again small y is present in pair, it means it will be in green in color, round, yellow, round, yellow. Okay, this is color will be yellow, but shape will be wrinkled because the small r is present in pair or genetic form. Simply, according to the law of dominance, if recessive allele is present in the pair, it will be expressed. So, small r is responsible for wrinkled shape. So, your seed will be wrinkled shape and yellow in color. Again, wrinkled shape but yellow in color. This is round, yellow. This is round, green. This is wrinkled, again yellow. This is the pure recessive form. See, this is the pure recessive seed we will obtain. It means this is the wrinkled and green in color. Okay, we had find out the genotype as well as the phenotype of the seed. Now we will find out the ratio of the phenotypic ratio simply. Actually, okay, phenotypic ratio, right? We will get 4 type of genotype. First, yellow round, yellow green, wrinkled yellow and wrinkled green. It means we have total 4 types of progeny. What are? Round, yellow, round, green and wrinkled yellow and wrinkled green. These are the short form, please understand, right? Okay, round yellow. Firstly, we will count the round yellow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. 9 will be round shape and yellow color seed. Round green, 1, this is the round green, this is the round green and this is the round green. 3, wrinkled yellow, it will be yellow. Why? 1, 2 and 3. Again this is a 3 and this is the only one which is wrinkled green. It means you can say that this is the pure recessive form. Okay, now what is the meaning of independent assortment? We will take during the dihybrid cross is the dominant 2 characters of dominant and recessive, 1 gene for the shape and 1 for the color, right? In F1 we will get the hybrid, in F2 we will get these hybrid. In F2 generation what we will get? We will see this is the round, this is the yellow. These are the dominant character. This is the wrinkled, this is the green. This is the recessive character. There is no change, right, according to the law of dominance. But here, this is the round, it means dominant shape. But this is the green color. It means it is the recessive character. You can say that one recessive character can express with the another dominant character. Simply, you can say that, we can say that in our body, some characters are recessive, some are dominant. There is no any chance, there is no chances of all your character will be recessive and all your character will be dominant. There is possibility some character will be in our body is dominant, some will be recessive also. See, round shape and green color. Color is the recessive trait, but shape is the dominant trait in 3 progenies. 3 progenies are the mixture of dominant and recessive character. Similarly, wrinkled is the recessive character, but yellow is the dominant character. Again, we can say that the recessive shape is expressed with the dominant color. There are 3 progeny which are recessive shape with the dominant color. So, according to the independent assortment, independent it means which does not depend to any other. Assort means separate. It means there is, or in our body there are possibility maybe few characters are dominant and there is no any criteria is that if dominant parent is crossed with the recessive, then the dominant and recessive progeny are formed separately. There are possibility of few your progeny will be completely dominant and few will be recessive, but there are chances also few character, dominant character express with recessive and recessive express with the dominant, because all the characters, for the all the characters there is separate gene is present and which are expressed or which are transmitted in the next generation separately. So there is no possibility if your hair color is dominant then your eye color will be dominant. There is no possibility. It is possible if your hair color is dominant, maybe your eye color will be recessive, because for the both these traits we have separate gene and separate allele, and which can express or transfer your body separately. So according to the independent assortment, dominant character can express with the recessive, and recessive character will also express with the dominant character. So this is all about the dihybrid cross. A small topic of back cross and test cross and some importance of the Mendel's law has been remaining. We will discuss in our next lecture. For today, I think for today it is enough, right? So we had discussed the three laws of Mendel, law of dominance, segregation, and last is the independent assortment.